Hi everyone, it's Rel Klein. You're watching another Supernatural review, and this is season 4, episode 13, After School Special. If you're new here, I do like a recap and review of every single episode of Supernatural, so let's get into it. I love this episode. I don't know, there's something about this episode, I really love it. It's probably like in the top 10 episodes of Supernatural for me, and it's actually kind of crazy because in high school, my senior year, I took this like media studies class, which was like kind of BS. Like there was only me and like 2 other people who actually cared about movies and TV shows. And so what you did in this class is you presented a movie or TV show and then we like talked about it. And so I don't know why I did like this random like One Tree Hill episode. And I was like the first one to go because I'm like was into film. And then I got the opportunity to go again because I'm literally crazy. And so I did 2 episodes of Supernatural, and so this is one of the episodes I did, and I like spent a long time like planning it and like figuring out like what episodes I wanted to do. And so I did this episode, and I think I did an episode from season 11. I'm like forgetting that name of the episode. It might be like something, not heart, but it was like something werewolf related, and I kind of wanted to show like the differences of like how the brothers are then and now. And so I kind of like this episode because this is a flashback episode, there's flashbacks, so I wanted to compare like the brothers with like the flashbacks till now, and then comparing them this episode to that episode in season 11. And so for me, I felt like from what they are in this episode, like, and the flashbacks, like they aren't too different, they haven't really grown that much. And then from comparing this to like that episode in season 11, I felt like they grown so much as brothers, which is crazy. But then someone in my class was like, no, like if they saw the opposite, they saw like, you know, they were very different from in this episode from flashbacks to now. And then that in season 11, they weren't that different. And honestly, I think the person just like wasn't paying attention because no one was paying attention. They were all on their phones. And so it's something where it's like, it doesn't make sense if you have that viewpoint. I think people are just saying things. So I'm just agreeing with that person. But I think that's something I wanted to point out is this is a flashback episode, and like their ages don't really make sense because they're both supposed to be in high school, but they're 4 years apart, and also Sam looks so young. But it's something where like maybe he was like 14 or something. I'm forgetting what year they said. It was 1997 or something. So I guess Sam was 14. I don't know. Who cares? We're like moving on schools a lot. But I think it's something where it's like this like I think, what am I saying? I think I just went in a lot of circles there, but this is a flashback episode, and so I feel like they haven't grown up that much. They didn't grow up that much. I feel like Sam, you know, he still is, he's doing the family business that he didn't want to necessarily do, and it's kind of interesting to see like a teacher that like try to get him out of it or like whatever. Like I feel like he still like has those same qualities, like he said that remarked about the cheerleaders and that kind of thing. And so like I feel like this episode shows that they haven't changed that much. Like they're still like kind of, they're dealing with, I don't know exactly how to explain it or like go into much detail, but that's basically what it was. I think we talked about flashback episodes in the past because we only see like 1 or 2 a season, and so this is I guess the only one in season 4. I can't really recall, but it's something where it's like we haven't had it in a while, and it kind of fits right. And it's something where it's like they're going back to a school that they once went to do a case, and it's something where it's like kind of surprised it hasn't happened before, that they haven't like gone to a town, like I don't know, they've been, well, I think they have dealt with that or like monsters, but I think they saw this opportunity to take it where it's like they go to a school that they've been to before, and I feel like flashbacks kind of make sense in that regard. There was a lot of other people in this episode, like, so at the beginning it's like Octavia from The 100, and then Candace O'Connell King, I don't know, she's going through a divorce, is in this episode. Sorry, Candace, didn't mean to laugh. I just like don't know what to call you. She's from Vampire Diaries, and this is actually, I think, the year before Vampire Diaries. So it's like, she was amazing, obviously. So obviously this is a ghost episode, and we, you know, get ghost episodes a lot, but obviously they're always so new and different, as I've talked about before. and it's something to where, what am I saying? Oh, so it's like bullying. It deals with bullying, and it's something we've seen in the past. It's also with ghosts, like ghosts being bullied, and so that like makes them like be angry or spirits. And so, but I feel like they had to do something with bullying here, especially when you're in school, because that's just something so big with schools. Even though like I feel like people don't bully each other in like high school. People just like talk badly behind your back. It's not really bullying, but film, TV, that's what they show. So it's like a ghost that was like able to do ghost possessions, and I can't recall, have we seen ghost possessions before? It feels like we have, because it feels like, of course, ghost possessions, like that's common. So we might have seen it before. I'm kind of forgetting now if we have. It's probably only one episode, but I think if we have seen it before, and what's unique about this is like the fact that it was like this school bus, like it was because of the lock of the hair that it was able to possess from the school bus, and then was able to inhabit that body for miles, as they were saying. So kind of that tale with it. But I do think also like maybe the ghost possession is something that's unique. A little bit weird though that they thought maybe it was demon possession. But then with the ghost possessions, they weren't picking anything up on the EMFs or whatever. But that's because it was somewhere else. And then it's also interesting that they thought maybe it could be this one person, and then ended up being this other person. It kind of just, it's something too where it's like that was tied into Sam, and it's crazy that they only were at the school for 1 month, and like the tie it had because the other guy committed suicide, and then this guy, because of what happened with him, Sam, he kind of went down this dark path. So it's kind of, it's also showing that like you never know what someone's going through at home, because that's what it seems like with this other guy as well. And so then the episode kind of ends at this point where he like thanks his teacher, but then he like hasn't changed. And so it's kind of a weird ending, because not a weird ending, it's a weird ending for Supernatural, I guess, in a way, because we don't ever kind of see this ending with Supernatural where it's kind of like left like that. And I think there's something so beautiful and like unique about that, and like is so amazing, and I think it like helps make this episode so great, is the way that the episode leaves, where it's kind of like leaving like he didn't want this life necessarily, but he's living this life, and it kind of like makes you think about like the future. And I think it's something where it's like it was a risk probably doing this, to have this ending this way, where it's not like just like Sam and Dean on the road, whatever, to have it where he's having this conversation with this old teacher, and he kind of just like leaves that as a cliffhanger. So it was a risk, but it paid off and it rewarded. And yeah, I also want to pick up they were like, so Sam was like the janitor, and like Dean was the gym coach, which they didn't have to do that, but I feel like they thought it's some funny thing. And like, I mean, that scene with the dodgeball is just so funny and so amazing. So yeah, I thought there was some great lines in this too, where like Dean's like, ghosty ghosty, come out here, and then he was saying like, we're 21 Jump Street, which if you don't know that movie, you're crazy. Anyway, this is a long video, so I'm gonna end it soon. But yeah, it's a really, really good episode, and right now I think I have it as my top episode in season 4, which there's so many good episodes in season 4, which is crazy. There might be one that beats this. We will see. Obviously still have almost half the season to go, but really, really good episode. And it's something that like is a little bit different than the other episodes, just because it is a flashback and we don't get that many flashbacks, and kind of the way it works, it is a little bit more emotional and deeper. And I feel like sometimes maybe people don't see this episode that good, and it is like a taste thing, and it's something where it's like I wonder, like I feel like over time my taste of this episode has changed. Like I actually think I used to like this episode more. Like I did like this episode, and I'm talking grateful and like positively about this episode, but I do feel like I used to like it more than I do now. And so it's just interesting to see like if my mind will change in the future. But that kind of happens with episodes and shows regardless, because obviously my love for Supernatural has this, hasn't stayed the same since the series ended, just because it's ended and it's not ongoing, and we all have different hobbies and different lives and like whatever. And it's like right now I'm like getting into Formula One. Like, I never thought 2 months ago I would be getting into Formula One or motorsports in general. But interests and hobbies and life changes. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here because it's a long video. So thank you guys for watching. Comment below your thoughts about After School Special Season 4 Episode 13. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.